Once upon a time, there was a young monk who was very dedicated to his spiritual practices. Every day he meditated for hours, strictly followed all the rules, and spent his time studying scriptures. He was proud of his dedication and believed he was far ahead of his fellow monks. In his mind, the other monks were lazy, ignorant, and not as committed as he was. One day, the young monk decided to visit a famous Zen master who lived in a nearby temple. He thought he would impress the master with his knowledge and receive praise for his hard work. So he packed his things and set out on the journey to the Zen master's temple. When he arrived, the young monk knocked on the door. The Zen master opened it, smiled warmly, and said, "Welcome, young monk. What brings you here today?" The young monk bowed respectfully and replied, "Master, I have come to seek your guidance. I have been practicing diligently for many years and I have learned much from the scriptures. But I have a question for you. What is the essence of Zen?" The Zen master nodded thoughtfully and said, "That is a very good question. Come in and let us have some tea." The young monk followed the Zen master inside and sat down at a small table. The Zen master quietly prepared some tea and poured it into a cup. He handed the cup to the young monk, who took it and drank a sip. The Zen master asked, "How is the tea?" The young monk frowned slightly and replied, "It is bitter." The Zen master smiled knowingly and said, "That is because you are bitter. You are full of pride and arrogance. You think you know everything, but you truly know nothing. You judge others, but you can't see yourself clearly. You cling to your own views, but you don't understand the truth. You are not practicing Zen, you are practicing delusion." The young monk was shocked. Anger bubbled up inside him. He felt insulted and humiliated by the Zen master's word. He stood up, threw the cup on the floor, and shouted, "How dare you speak to me like that? You are a fake master. You know nothing about Zen. You are just an old fool." The Zen master remained calm and smiled softly and said, "That is because you are angry, you are easily provoked and agitated. You have no patience or tolerance. You react impulsively, but you do not act wisely. You let your emotions control you, but still you do not control your own mind. You are not practicing Zen, you are practicing violence." The young monk stood frozen and speechless. He began to feel ashamed and embarrassed. He realized how foolish he had acted. Slowly, he bowed his head and said quietly, "I am sorry, master. You are right. I have been blind and foolish. Please forgive me." The Zen master nodded and replied, "That is because you are sorry, humble, and repentant. You have admitted your mistakes and asking for forgiveness. You are learning from your errors and correcting your faults. You are open to feedback and improvement. Now you are practicing Zen. You are practicing compassion." The young monk suddenly felt a wave of understanding wash over him. It was as if a veil had been lifted from his eyes. He looked up at the Zen master with gratitude and respect. "Thank you, master," he said sincerely. "You have taught me a great lesson today. I ask you about the essence of Zen. What does it truly mean?" The Zen master looked at him with a smile and said, "The essence of Zen is to focus on yourself, not on others, to see yourself clearly and not to judge others harshly, to understand yourself deeply and not to cling to your own views blindly, to master yourself fully and not to be controlled by your emotions so easily, to practice yourself sincerely and not to seek approval from others vainly." The young monk nodded, feeling that he had finally understood. "I see it now, master. That is the essence of Zen." The Zen master chuckled softly and said, "Not quite. That is just my answer. The true essence of Zen is for you to find out for yourself. You must experience it, live it, and discover it within your own heart. The young monk looked at the Zen master, slightly confused but deeply moved by his words. The Zen master continued, one of the core principles of Zen is to focus on yourself, not on others. This means you should not compare yourself to others, judge others, or depend on others for your happiness. Instead, you should cultivate your own inner peace, wisdom, and compassion. He paused for a moment and then said, when you focus on yourself, you become more confident and authentic. You stop seeking approval from others because you no longer need it. The opinions and expectations of others do not control you. You learn to accept yourself as you are, with your all strengths and weaknesses. That is true freedom. The young monk listened intently, soaking in every word. The Zen master continued, when you focus on yourself, you are not attached to the result of your actions. Whether others praise you or criticize you, it does not disturb your peace. You can fully enjoy the present moment and appreciate the small, simple joy of life. You will live with compassion and kindness because you are at peace within yourself. The young monk nodded, his heart filling with understanding. The Zen master continued, when you focus on yourself, you will no longer be resentful, envious, or bitter toward others. You will stop comparing your life to someone else. Instead, you will discover your true self and express it without fear or hesitation. That is the essence of Zen. The young monk bowed deeply to the Zen master and said, thank you, master. Your wisdom has opened my eyes. I understand now. The Zen master smiled and replied, it is good that you understand. But remember, understanding is just the beginning. True Zen must be practiced and lived. Go now and focus on yourself. Watch your thoughts, master your emotions, and walk your own path. The young monk felt a profound sense of peace and calmness in his mind. He knew he had much work to do, but he was ready to follow the Zen master's advice. As he walked back to his monastery, he no longer carried the pride or arrogance he once had. Instead, he carried a sense of humility and a deep desire to understand himself more deeply. From that day forward, the young monk began focusing on himself. He stopped comparing himself to others and judging his fellow monks. He no longer sought approval or praise. Instead, he worked on cultivating his own wisdom and compassion. Over time, he became calmer, kinder, and more at peace. The story teaches profound lesson about self-awareness, humility, and the essence of Zen. It emphasizes the importance of focusing on oneself rather than judging others or seeking validation. The young monk learns that pride and arrogance blind us, while humility opens the path to wisdom. Anger and impulsive reactions stem from an uncontrolled mind, whereas patience and reflection bring peace. Zen encourages understanding oneself deeply, mastering emotions, and living authentically. True freedom comes when we stop comparing ourselves to others and accept both our strengths and weaknesses. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, hit like button, and for more such stories, subscribe to our channel. Thank you and stay positive.